Centres tonight for Melbourne on this left-hand side. Munster will float from side to side. The ball stripped out by Aidan Tolman.
Two in there. No way, sir.
Well, Tolman claiming he really didn't try to strip the ball. His hand was just around the footy when he made the tackle. That is the great grey area, that, with the stripping rule.
Going towards Josh Morris. He went past him as well. Tackled again by Morris, only a couple of metres out. It'll be a penalty.
Second effort.
Dead from close range. Melbourne trying to hit back. Smith going from dummy half. He thought Cassiano was offside. Now they do get the penalty.
And he was. He doesn't often get it wrong, Cameron Smith, and he was right to run.
Smith. Corabetti Jackson coming out, was waiting for the winger. He had his number, led him pretty solidly, and then gets tangled up.
Quicker.
Gives away a penalty. That's a tough one after making off an offload. Giving it back to a Sofa Solomona, running at Cassiano. What a meeting that is. Cassiano rips it out. It'll give Melbourne a chance to tap it quickly and go. They'll give it to Munster, working in the middle of the field against Cassiano and Williams. There are some very large humans out there tonight. We'll play it at the 10, and now a penalty.
That's it.
On the advice of the pocket referee.
That's it. Boys,
untoward the tackle. Sam Cassiano is going to get called out.
Sam. Listen, he hasn't been on here all that long. He's given 2 or 3 away really quickly. It's a team discipline thing with him. You get into him, James.
What was that one for? The pocket referee made the call. What did he actually call? And what was the penalty for against Cassiano?
They tap it and go. Here is a Sofa Solomona. It's a bit of work over the head. Boy, it was a very tough one against Cassiano from what we saw. The ball playing. Cassiano lost it. Cronk ended up with it. And then Sam, it's a good thing he missed him.
Tony, Josh, just stay there.
Nelson of Sofa Solomona and Sam Cassiano want to argue the toss. Fancy being in the middle of that little dance.
Walking away. Curtis, walking away. Will.
He was frustrated, Sam, at losing possession. And swung around.
Sam, that way, mate. Go that way, mate.
He was lucky that Cronk was on his way down.
Take him out. Thanks. Take him out. Hang on, Bernie. Take him out, boys.
Sofa Solomona didn't like it, and doing their best to just throw a little punch while they're hanging on to each other. But
got to be 250 kilograms in that confrontation right there.
James. Personally, there's nothing for you to do in this episode here, okay? You run in like that, all that does, brings everyone else in, and trust me, we can sin bin for that. We can sin bin for that.
Penalty? Yeah, penalty then.
A penalty to Melbourne against you, Sam, because we've gone on with the tackle, post the tackle. Let's get it out.
Well, he might have been hard done by just before half-time, but that's 3 penalties that Sam...
Will turn him onto his back. As Leisha goes back to buy, he'll kick it towards that corner, taken on the full. And Harris, they'll slow down the play of the ball wherever they can legally. Reynolds kicking. He turns 27 side of halfway. One more here. Comes out to Reynolds, kicking into the back of Cameron Smith. We'll see if they really played at it. No, he didn't, they say. And that's going to be the changeover. Always a contention. Seen a couple of players lose their footing off the ball in the last few sets, and by kicking will go down to Munster. Tolman put back. Now on the last, Leisha goes to the halfback. He grubbers towards Tolman. Awkward bounce. He had no option. The flatness of the lineman, he was there to be had. Chambers got to him. Here's Reynolds chipping it towards the corner. Over the head of Corabetti. Parrott up above halfway line as Leisha looks for Reynolds. Last tackle to put it up in the air again. More pressure here. Corabetti going up for it, making a good catch. 30 metres out Hopewadi up there pushing up in support, wasn't expecting the ball. Now they go through Williams to Morris. He'll kick it away from Munster, who wants it to keep going, and it will.
GDI and get that ball across the line. We've spoken about a couple of wasted opportunities. That was
this man playing the ball. 6'5" himself. Reynolds, his kick. Munster take. Here is Clement to play it for Leisha. By from inside his own 40. Munster letting it bounce. Sits up for good runs on those last players. Got them out of trouble. As the kick from Mumbai will go down the middle of the park, taken by Munster. On. Last play, Leisha. They came up very quickly. The kick from Reynolds. Given to Corabetti as it turned down the last. Reynolds waiting at first receiver. Put in a kick in the first half. It was a super kick as well for Perrott to score. This one, no real pressure on Munster, who sees. They'll play it there. Well, he barely just got to play the ball in as Reynolds finds and by. He gets the kick in. Smith chasing out hard. And Munster watches it go dead, and the 7-tackle set won't help the Bulldogs.
No, I'm pretty sure.
At the halfway line to play in here for Leisha. Looks behind him. I think he didn't pan out the way he was intending on that right-hand side. Here's an awkward bounce. Munster, though, ends up with it as Morris was coming quickly. He's hard to get the kick it here on the last. Now Leisha ignores the halfback, goes to Reynolds. And he'll put it up. Not a deep one once again. Munster flying through was taken, it looked like, before he there. Chance to put in an attacking kick at the end of this set. And By will just grub it towards the corner. Wants to take it out of play, in fact. And they'll make Melbourne work it up him up, though. Jordan McLean out there with Jesse Bromwich. Last play. And By keeps it going. Look at a forward pass from By to Morris. Rona puts a kick in. It's play on.
Coming at it, but that period that they defended their line, Melbourne looked as slick with the ball as they have all year.
Reynolds' kick was a touch by Munster. He was coming across to play in it because steer the side home. And By kick. Pick out Tonomapia on the full. He quickly goes to dummy half. Goes to Brown. Out the back. Leisha was there. Hopewadi, they lost their way badly. Comes back to Rona. He tries to clean it up. And then Morris just toes it forward. 12 short of the halfway line. Last play. Reynolds just punching it through the line. It'll go down to young Tonomapia. After 6 rounds, Leisha comes back to By to kick it in between Munster and Tonomapia.
It's a beauty.
The best one of the second half.
Job, and it's a kick that Jamie Lyon is famous for. But it just needed to be behind the defensive line. It was too heavy, and Will Hopewadi was able to clean it up. Cameron Munster was a bit groggy after that contact.
Everyone up.
Now a mistake by Sam Perrott. We'll see if Aidan Tolman, who makes an error here, is due along left-hand side. They'll come down the short side. Reynolds was there, just running around the back of Jim.
To keep things going before Chambers kicked the ball. Good contact there from Kevin Proctor.
They've lost the ball, the Bulldogs. With the help of Green, play 5 as Leisha brings it back for Graham. 20 to give Melbourne the ball for Chance at the line. What happened from there as Leisha waits at dummy half. It comes across to Graham. Back to the halfway line almost. Up there was spun around by Smith. Storm 10th through the opening month and a bit. But their second and third opening almost quarter of an hour. You can see those tackles in the opposing half. 16 blot at the moment. By will play it here for Leisha. Back to Tolman. There's the effect of that slippery surface you were talking about, Brandy. We've
played.
And they work it out of their own end. Will Chambers jamming in from right centre to put a shot. Only numbers around the middle as Tolman cuts back to the right-hand side. Jackson was pushing up in support. And By was out 30. Melbourne under repeat set pressure situation for the first time in the game. Rattled by Dale Finucane. to make a statement against his old team. We'll see if Aidan Tolman, who makes an error here, is Smith. He's got the speed and the size to split them as well.
Munster kick return. The next set they scored a try, and that was a terrific set off the back of the young...
The halfway line when he plays it here for Leisha. Tolman heads out towards that right-hand side. Times there's no question about it. They can still make it sing when they need to. Been terrific on that right edge defensively.
He almost went too far. The ball ended up travelling just over his shoulder, so remarkably well to pull that one in.
Mistake if they can here. Leisha trying to get away from Kafusi to get to dummy half. Tolman 30 metres out. Hopewadi up there pushing up in support, wasn't expecting the ball. Now they go through Williams to Morris. He'll kick it away from Munster, who wants it to keep going, and it will. Wrap him up though. Jordan McLean out there with Jesse Bromwich. Last play. Mbai keeps it going. Look like a forward pass from Mbai to Morris. Rona puts a kick in. It's play on. Dummy half. Goes to Brown. Out the back. Leisha was there. Hopewadi, they lost their way badly. Comes back to Rona. He tries to clean it up. And then Morris just toes it forward. 2 minutes left on Toyota Monday Night Football. The Dogs by 6. Looking for a 6th straight. 30 metres out. Hopewadi up there pushing up in support. Wasn't expecting the ball. Now they go through Williams to Morris. He'll kick it away from Munster, who wants it to keep going, and it will.